What's up? First of all, as you can see, my whole channel is kind of built around Hamza, and that's the problem. I don't think this guy is super relevant at this time anymore. That's fully his own fault, but this tends to get the most views on my channel, and I do have some things to share. So I want to make one last video about this to show my YouTube expertise, to maybe help you with some value a little bit, and then fully close the chapter. There's also something really funny about this, is that I'm currently in Bali, where Hamza lives. So if he sees this video and he doesn't like it, he can beat me up. So let's see if that happens or not. So if you're new here, these are my best videos, not really relevant. This is why you clicked. Hamza is a donkey, not in a racist way, in a YouTube way. He is retarded, and he has no idea what he's been doing for the last 2 or 3 years. His views have been down. All his revenue constantly went down. I think recently it went up a little bit because he changed it over. In general, it has never been as good as it was anymore in his prime when he was doing, according to the YouTube laws, what is correct. So I just want to explain why that happened if I were him, what I would do, and what you can learn from it, because at the end of the day, it's gay if you're talking about other men. So I just want to help you a little bit. That's the only thing that I can do. What you do with it is fully on you. But yeah, obviously this is going to get some views, so it's easy. And my only task here is to provide some value to you. So I've made this whole Miro. I will explain you step for step what it does, why it works, how it works, blah, blah. So you clicked on this video because you know this guy, right? Hamza Ahmed, the self-improvement guy. That's why I started watching him. He's one of the reasons why I'm here in Bali, because he made me believe that making money online was actually possible. And I started making self-improvement videos. That specifically didn't work, but it gave me the YouTube skill that I developed into now being one of the head creatives in this company, doing over $1 million a year, and it's going super well. That allows me to travel. So I am super grateful to this guy, but I also think he's retarded. So that's like, I'm also trying to help him a little bit here. And he's responded to my videos before, so he might actually see it. And in general, you could probably learn from it. The edge that he had, the reason why he blew up in the first place, was because he made a transformation. He went from, like, he looked like a skinny Indian, but he's obviously from Pakistan, skinny, ugly Pakistan kid, to Chad, blah, blah, blah. You know the story, self-improvement, meditate, wake up early, go to the gym, eat healthy, be productive, blah, blah. Self-improvement. He got a lot of views. He had a unique concept with his Adonis intro, Jeffrey and Adonis, blah, blah, blah. And that worked super well, was unique. And all the other guys in the self-improvement space at the time were not really the end example. Like, they were not really the person that you wanted to be. And most guys in the self-improvement space want two things. They either want money, so lust, or status, so money, which is also kind of like, both is kind of status. To have a woman is also status. But no one in the self-improvement space at the time had those two, or were showcasing the proof of those two. And Hamza was the first one with a lot of women, like of B-roll of women in his videos. And that's why it worked so well. And just the storytelling being super transparent. Not really interesting. Let's go to step 2. The peak. His peak revenue, I think it was January 2024. I think he made 220K a month. I'm pretty sure he never reached that again. He won the school games. He met Alex Ramosi. He ended first in that competition. And that was also, for him, his biggest revenue month. Could be off a little bit by 1 or 2 months. But in general, that was his peak. But then the problem was, if you've ever seen the whole saga that was around him and Sam, his editor, Harbinator, whatever. Not gonna go into that, but in those videos that they were beefing and explaining why it went wrong in their friendship, blah, blah, Sam explained that Hamza fired everyone of his team around this period when it was going super well, and Hamza thought he could do it himself. I'm not really into the whole argument anymore. I don't know the specific reasons, but Hamza fired most of the team that did the heavy lifting, and he thought he could do it alone or with a small group of people, whatever. He obviously somewhere in the middle also quit to do kickboxing in Thailand for like a camp or something. But that's all the pivot. He fired everyone. He thought he could do it better. He saw the money. He maybe listened to Hormozi too much, or he listened to the wrong advice of Alex Hormozi, because every advice is wrong advice if you apply it the wrong way. He wanted to make money, and he focused on making money, and he thought that he could help these guys, all these young kids, make money by doing the same thing that he was, which is just objectively not true, because he did something, he made money And he tried to teach that part, which is he taught the wrong thing. He didn't teach them to first go to a full transformation of like 7 years, then make hella YouTube videos on it, become super good at it, storytelling, everything, and then make money with it. No, it was like, oh yeah, you can also make self-improvement videos. And if you had a 60-day no-fap streak, you can also try to sell courses and videos on it and one-on-one coaching, which is just not true. And that's not how it works. He sold the wrong thing. The reason why he won the school games was because he helped guys with those problems. He had self-improvement videos, those got views, then he sold help with self-improvement. So he helped them with video courses on getting girls, on dressing better, on going to the gym, feeling more confident, all those things. I remember that I had an illegal link because I was broke. I couldn't afford it, but I had an illegal link to his course, and I watched all the videos on girls, the red pill course. It was great advice because at the time I was a very skinny kid that couldn't get girls, so it was great advice to get that side of the story for once, because I was brought up very feminine by my mom, so I was like, oh, females are amazing and you have to be nice to them, instead of more of the masculine advice that they want to, you need to be desired by women and you need to look good and be a little bit selfish sometimes. Anyway, that's how he made the money, helping them with self-improvement, being the self-improvement leader. He focused on making money. That's where it went wrong, because people still bought it because they wanted that outcome as well, because they saw, oh, Hamza is making so much money, amazing, I want that money as well, let me buy this from him. But he couldn't get them results. He couldn't get them the results that he got, because that's not how he made his money. He made his money because he was super good at the self-improvement thing. He was the pure end example of the 7-year transformation of that of the self-improvement thing, and he tried to teach them that in 3 months, 6 months, making YouTube videos about things that were not significant. I was doing the same thing. I was making videos about the 30-day trial of sleeping on the floor, which was not really interesting. You need to do something specifically, like sleeping tips for a year, 2 years, do very much research on it, try a lot of things, become the specific expert, and then you will blow up. But that's not what the advice that he gave us as the audience. So it didn't work. He didn't get them results. So people didn't like the content because he wasn't making the self-improvement videos anymore. That's why they clicked. And it wasn't helpful because the value that he was providing was not good, because he was teaching the wrong thing. So viewers leave because he was making the wrong content and he wasn't providing any value. Then the people that were buying his stuff were leaving as well, so that actually liked him, because they couldn't get any results after buying, or in general after watching the videos. And here's the problem. So you see, this is the loop, the ego loop. Why would he keep on making the wrong content? Viewers leave. He gets bad results. Wrong content, viewers leave. Why does that keep on happening? And why did he never get back to a 1 million views video, 600k views video, 2 million views video? If you go to this guy's channel, he has hella videos with millions of views. Well, millions, but 3 million, 2 million, 1 million. Those were in his peak normal videos. Every single day he was getting over 200,000 views per video. He never got back to that anymore. Why? This is why. This beautiful thumbnail that my designer made for me. It's now not sharp, I don't know why, but this is why. Because he was focusing on the money. He thought probably the wrong advice, or just couldn't admit to himself that he wasn't that guy. He constantly kept on telling himself that this wasn't the problem. So he kept on going. He was making the wrong content. Then he got them bad results. He was like, oh, that's not my fault. That's the algorithm. That's just a change in momentum. That's whatever. So people kept on leaving because he kept on making the wrong content, and they clearly could see that he wasn't changing and he was not making the videos that they wanted to click anymore, so they didn't come back. So wrong content, bad results, people bought it, no results. He was still like, oh no, algorithm, I can't admit that this is not my specialty, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so here you can actually see the high quality picture. He thought about money, and he thought that was his purpose, and he probably still thinks that, and in some way, shape or form, that is the truth. But with him, there was self-improvement. And if he would make a new red pill course every single quarter, and then he would make a new one on diet, on those kind of things, even though he is on test right now. So, I mean, his physique is not natural anymore, so he can't really look up to that anymore. But if he would make videos around the self-improvement things that he's learning, that he asked like wealthy entrepreneurs, because he has that circle to have like small habits that might make your life better that you don't know about, like sitting in silence, staring at a wall for 30 minutes. Those are the small things that I hear from successful people that they actually do that they don't talk about on YouTube as much, like cutting out music for some parts of the day, doing the workout at certain parts of the day, whatever works for you. If you would discuss those things, because he has the circle of those wealthy entrepreneurs, then you would listen, because he now has a unique angle. He can talk to people that you can't talk to, and he's already an expert on the topic. So if you were to spam those self-improvement videos with small improvements, that's funny, on the videos, and new information, and also just repetitive information, because at the end of the day, that's always what you do, and it always keeps on working because people forget, he would make more money. He would get views back, he would get momentum back, people would trust him again, because you have to remember, there's a big audience right now that doesn't trust him, that doesn't like him, purely because of the whole ego loop that you see here. They have seen this a month over month over month, and they were like, oh, I'm curious what Hamza is doing right now. Oh, he's still making the wrong content. Oh, his results are still bad. People that are buying his course still don't get results. Oh, he still can't admit that it's his fault. Oh, people keep on leaving. Oh, he's keep on making the wrong content. So they lose interest, blah blah. And but people like he started 4 or 5 years ago, something. At that time, there were like kids that were like 7 or 8 years old that were not ready for that content. But those kids are 12, 14 right now, in that range. And they obviously they get older every single year. Anyway, they need this advice. They didn't know him back in the day because they were too young to watch the content. Now they need this content. They're now interested. If you're 7, you're not interested in girls. Then you're 12, you start getting interested in girls, at least if you're straight. And then you start watching these videos. So they don't dislike him. They don't know him. So they could see a new video from him and watch it and think, hey, this guy is cool. Let me binge watch all of his stuff on the same topic. He gets his momentum back. They start buying his video courses or his advice or his coaching, whatever. And he would make more money again. Because people think, oh, no, everyone hates him, so he can't ever get his momentum back. No, because there are so many people that didn't know him yet that get older and now start getting interested in this topic. Those people can just start watching him and he would get his momentum back. But he first has to realize that he is the problem and that he's making the wrong videos and that his strategy is not good and that you can't be good at everything, which is fine. But until that point, he will be stuck in this loop and he will lose viewers. He will slightly get a lower income. And at some point, maybe ever, he will realize that this was the reason that he got views and status and money in the first place. If you want to watch more YouTube stuff, then I would recommend you to watch this video here or here. I don't know where it is. If you're a Hamza, talk to me on Instagram if you actually want to do some good YouTube stuff. Because, I mean, you've seen some of these videos and you know it's good. So maybe it's time to take action. Or you keep being a donkey. You decide.